So I didn't want to have to make this. I really wanted this feud to be handled years ago, normally, like normal people do, but apparently we're not capable of doing that. And now we're accusing each other of doxing and we're fucking like striking each other's videos and we're just making up lies, basically. And I have had enough. So I'm going to fucking address the situation from my point of view, what I think actually happened, and talk about some of the lies that are being told by Jim Jesus and Mr. Dapperton. So, Jim Jesus is and Dapperton are running with this narrative that this whole feud started with the chili dog incident. And this is how he frames the chili dog incident. Jeremiah uploaded a photo of his chili dogs, and Dapperton came in and made some light roasting, and Jeremiah just reacted in this unhinged way. And all of this stems back from that, right? Nothing about this version of events is accurate. Jeremiah didn't post the picture. I did. That was my post. I went up to Washington to visit my friends and hang out and have some fun. And he cooked some food for us and we ate it. And this is a joke. He didn't force me to eat it. Okay. And, it was good, actually. That part wasn't a joke. But then Dapperton came in and made this really weird comment. Um, and I didn't respond to it because it was fucking weird. But that turned into an argument. And the Punch Bowl comment is referencing a fight that they had in Jim Jesus's server. And then he fucking insulted the appearance of another one of my friends that I was visiting. She deleted her account because of an unrelated thing after this. Um, yeah, and I wasn't okay with any of this. I wasn't okay with any of the fighting that was happening in my mentions because I dared to fucking post a photo of my friends when I was hanging out with them. These fucking weirdos online decided to make a whole issue out of it. I just wanted to fucking hang out with my friends. I don't understand why you would act this way. But like this is not an accurate version of events. The fight didn't happen there. If you actually look at the post, you can see that the fight actually happened before that in your server. And what were y'all fighting about? Well, there's actually like two parts to it. There's the Riley situation, and then there's the situation that happened in Jim Jesus's Discord server. Yeah, there's like years of separation between these events. But I'm going to talk about the Riley situation first, and then I'm going to talk about the argument that happened in Jim Jesus's server years later. All right, so Riley was this pedophile who was trying to use libertarian arguments to justify pedophilia. And they were they went on this show under an alter ego, under like an alternate account, where they were openly advocating for pedophilia and like using libertarian arguments to justify it. And but they used a completely different like account, but it's the same voice as that he was making videos with. And Jeremiah noticed the voice was similar to this other person he knew who said some pretty questionable stuff about kids. And he connected the dots, and he like connected that this person was very active in the libertarian movement, and they're using these kind of, the point of their activism was to make excuses for pedophilia and to try to make the libertarian movement more pedophilic, as if it isn't pedophilic enough already. What the fuck, libertarians? Uh, so 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 Jeremiah started sounding the whistle on this guy, started trying blowing up everybody's mentions. Like, hey, this person you're associating with is a pedophile. They've admitted that they're a pedophile. They're trying to make libertarian arguments to justify pedophilia. Maybe you should stop associating with this person. Maybe we should fucking like cancel this person, you know? And most people ignored him, and some people defended Riley. People like Hoplu, who I believe is not even making content anymore. This guy called Volnost, who I think is just a fascist now. And then this dumbass comes out of the woods. This dumbass called Rational Outlaw came out of the woods, and he doesn't like Jeremiah because of like previous beef that they've had. And he saw that he was feuding with this guy Riley, and was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna invite Riley onto my show, and or I'm gonna interview him, and I'm gonna get his side of the events, and I'm not going to interview Jeremiah at all." Because fuck him, and we're just going to trash Jeremiah. And he invited Jim Jesus onto the stream as well for some reason. And so that's what they did. They got Riley's side. They just completely ignored anything Jeremiah had to say, and they just shit on Jeremiah for like an hour. But if you try to find that podcast, you won't be able to find it because he took it down afterward because it became extremely more obvious that Jeremiah was right, and that this Riley person, there was clips of them going around at this point, where he was just saying out loud that he is a pedophile. He's attracted to 5-year-olds, and he wants to make libertarianism more pro pedophilia, and he wants to use libertarian arguments to justify pedophilia, and it became much harder to defend this person. And so like Rational Outlaw took the video down, and slithered back into his hole. And I don't know if Jim Jesus ever apologized for fucking running apologetics for a pedophile because he doesn't like Jeremiah Harding. But that's, I think also, I suspect that he switched sides on this fight once he realized that Riley was friends with Esoteric Entity. But I don't know. It kind of seems like that's what happened, like when I was watching it happen. But at some point, Dapperton, I think it was like before the podcast happened, Dapperton saw what happened was, at some point Riley like made this post saying that like there was a fire at their trailer and that all their stuff burned up, and of course he blamed Jeremiah for it, even though Jeremiah had absolutely nothing to do with it. And in fact, I don't think there's any proof that this fire actually happened. But Dapperton saw this and was like, "Yeah, I'm going to make a video promoting your GoFundMe so you can like pay for all your damages." And I'm gonna go ahead and believe fucking Dapperton when he says that he had no idea that Riley was a pedophile, because it seems like the kind of stupid ass bullshit that he would do. Not look into this person at all before making this video, even though it was very fucking public, very like it was all over the place. Like it was not a secret. And he was very Dapperton was very fucking hostile to people pointing out that this was a pedophile. But eventually he did take the video down, and to his credit, I don't think any of the funds that Riley got were directly from him or his viewers. As far as I'm aware, only one person donated, and it was somebody that knew about it before Dapperton posted. So I don't think we can blame him for that, but we can absolutely blame him for fucking posting the video in the first place without doing his due diligence. It was not a secret at that point that this person was a pedophile. But eventually, like, we let bygones be bygones, and we forgave these people for doing this. And it was our assumption that they like understood that they were wrong in this, and they were going to be better about it, and that the issue had been resolved. But apparently it was not resolved, because years later, so now we're years later, this is the Discord drama. I invited Jeremiah into Jim Jesus's Discord server. This was a mistake. I did this because I believed in like the unity project, right, that we were working on. I believed that, the right libertarians and the left libertarians should unite and set aside our differences and work towards like what we agree on. And I still do kind of believe in that, but I was a little bit more naive back then. Anyway, so I invited Jeremiah into the Discord server, and almost immediately he got into a fight with somebody over circumcision, and then various other topics, and then he got into a fight with Dapperton. Dapperton was upset that he was getting into fights with people, and he used this disgusting analogy of like taking a shit in the punch bowl at a party, and at some point the argument turned to like where libertarians can do better, like, and Jeremiah used the Riley situation as an example of like a bunch of libertarians defended this person outright without like giving Jeremiah any fucking like credence, without like paying attention to anything that he was saying. They just immediately took Riley's side, and Dapperton took that personally as like a personal attack because of his own actions during that. And as far as I'm aware, Jeremiah did not mean that to be a personal attack. He understood, it was his like assumption anyway, that like we had gotten past this and that it's okay to bring it up because you've already acknowledged your wrongdoing in this. So we don't need to have an argument about it. But apparently we do, because Dapperton thought that he didn't do anything wrong. Like, he didn't do anything wrong at all in that Riley situation. And Jeremiah's bad for fucking bringing it up. And then Jim Jesus got upset, and I don't know if Jeremiah got banned or what, or if he just left, but he's not in the server anymore. And that's basically like part two of like where the fight started. So this misunderstanding that I tried to step in as a mediator and try to like get past this. I said that like I have a post somewhere where I'm like, look, I don't think it's fair to hold it against Dapperton that he made this really stupid mistake where he like defended this person that he didn't know was a pedophile. I don't think it's fair to continue to hold that against him. But then Jeremiah told me his side of it. It was like, well, I assumed that this wasn't even an issue anymore, that we had already acknowledged his wrongdoing, and that me bringing it up as an example of like a greater problem in the libertarian movement like wouldn't be an issue because we've already like acknowledged it. Like, it shouldn't be an issue for me to fucking use this as an example. And I have to agree. But whatever. This is a fight that happened years ago at this point, and I don't understand why we're still fighting about it. So now we come to the modern day. What seems to have kicked this off is that Dapperton made a really fucking shitty AI generated game, or he made a game with a bunch of AI assets and a bunch of assets that he just fucking stole from other people. Really lazily made this like Mario ripoff game, where he's just stomping on the heads of people that he's had beef with in real life. Because that's a normal thing to do. I'm gonna make all of my real life enemies into enemies in this game that you can kill. That's a normal thing to do. But whatever. Like, so Jeremiah left a scathing review on Steam, and then encouraged other people to leave reviews on the game, and Dapperton got really upset about that. And honestly, I haven't been paying attention. I've just been seeing it show up, and I saw that they're claiming that Jeremiah fucking doxed a little girl. Which, what the fuck? No, that didn't happen. What are you talking about? No, he did not. What are you talking about? They're claiming that he doxed the red-headed libertarian, which he did not. They're claiming that he doxed Dapperton. When did he do that? What the fuck are you guys talking about? And now they're claiming that the entire fight started because of the chili dog incident. No, it did not. It started with the Riley situation, and then like y'all patched things up, sort of, And then it got reignited in the fight and Discord a few years later. And that's like the source of the fight. It did not start with the chili dogs, okay? Okay? It started when you guys were being fucking weird. And you're continuing to be fucking weird. All of you need to fucking stop, all right? Just block each other and move on with your lives, okay? Find a healthier fucking use of your resources than this, okay? This does not benefit anybody. Nobody wants to see any of this. Please, everybody involved, go into your corners and just never fucking speak to each other again. Thank you. That's all I had to say about it.